Heckscher is a very eloquent speaker who can speak personally about how this will harm her and others.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And thank you, Margaret, and all the organizers. I'm Zahara Heckscher. I have advanced breast cancer, but I biked here from my chemotherapy appointment. I biked here, okay? How in the world could I do that despite having cancer, despite being on chemo? I could do that because of a new cancer drug. It's called palbociclib, and it helps me lead a really rich, fulfilling life despite having cancer, despite the chemo. I'm a mother, I'm a writer, I'm on the PTA, I'm a soccer mom, and I can do all this because of a new medicine and because I'm in a clinical trial that gets me access. Guess what, folks? Palbociclib is not approved by my insurance company for the kind of cancer I have. Okay, if I wasn't in this clinical trial, palbociclib, if I had to pay full price for it, $118,000 a year. Who can afford that?
Nobody.
Who can afford that even in the U.S., let alone in Mexico, in Peru, in Vietnam? Even in New Zealand, they have been rationing some of the cancer drugs because of the insane cost, $100,000 and more. Some of the biologics coming down the pipeline are going to cost more if the TPP passes. So I want to tell you that unfortunately, if it passes, we are going to see more. What are we going to see more of? More high prices, more obscenely high prices. More delays in cost-saving generics and biosimilars. More greedy pharmaceutical companies jacking up prices, like we just saw, for no reason except to make a few extra bucks at the cost of human lives. More insurance companies setting their formularies to cut drugs out for certain patients. More doctors with their hands tied because they're unable to get their patients the medicines they need because of the formularies. So pharma says, big pharma, they say the TPP gets us more innovation. That is a lie. There is good evidence that when we allow generics, biosimilars, we get more innovation in producing these medicines in a cost-effective way, increasing access, and saving lives. We know this from the HIV movement. We know this, okay? With the TPP, we're going to get these awful trade tribunals, data exclusivity extended, and more monopolies. Less access for people like me. Fewer cancer patients able to live the kind of life that I can live right now. So I get it, Chamber of Commerce, I get it. Your job is to spin this thing as if it's going to help small business. We know that's not right. This is about representing the interests of the giant U.S. companies and the companies that actually don't have an allegiance to the United States. They go wherever they can make a buck. That's your job, Commerce. Chamber of Commerce. As a mom, here's my job. 1, be the best mother I can be for my son. 2, live as long as I can. 3, while I am alive, work to make this planet better so I can leave my son a better planet. That is all of our jobs. We might not get paid for it, but that is our job today. And the most important part of that job today is telling Congress, don't pass the TPP. The USTR negotiated a bad deal. Bad for cancer patients, bad for taxpayers, bad for people with other serious illnesses, bad for the medical profession. So we want to say today our message is no TPP, no death sentence clause. Congress must reject the TPP. The USTR negotiated a bad deal. Stop the TPP. Thank you.